na NPP NPP papa bia emfa my because oman suffer and omunya esika no. Ivan, so can you then say and someone who can one Patrick Boama a decision?
Oh yes, and that gentleman Patrick Boama uhuna.
Oh, that's right.
No, being a bachelor. You see, leadership as a forum. When it comes to competence, it's a different discussion we can have.
Okay.
But you see, persona, temperament, the way I what think, the way I walk, and then as a forum, enough.
2.3.
I bet me, my man, for who say this person is indeed a presidential material because being a president, has a being parliamentarian as a different thing altogether. The parliament, they obey me a your friends, constituency, I'm Masika, and people vote for you. But president, you carry the soul of the nation, and that person must be a symbol of hope. Yeah, mistake. Yeah, time Ghana, the share for 8 good years. Look at how we suffered in this country. To the extent, say Ghana not so change or the form na Ghana not done a minute or team. Yes.
Sana
who cover BM na or team be a year shout Ghana president or Ghana on for hope. Because a phone everywhere below Ghana and could Ghana Jano. Sana here. Alaska, we need to be very serious. Me Kennedy Agyapong, I have nothing against him. Nanipa you want me no be any as but you see, there is this something we are looking out for in a person. I cut it out. But the NPP that has for long been branded as a party of intellectuals, we cannot come to a point, degenerated to a point, individuals with violent tendencies, individuals with a track record of attacking women, threatening messages, threatening people's life, to the sense that threats are resulting in the death of individuals, insult, Mekuobi, Messi Obi, that tendency to be president. And again, aside everything, ingenuity, wisdom, vision, bang, and the other career mine. What are some mechano? That is why the last time I was worried about the Council of Elders. MP, besides a Council of Elders, no more Koran, no more 2.3. Go Alaska, me, mete Council of Elders meeting, and send us uncle for we by straightforward. I'll tell you in the face. Me, I'm not a coward, so men go can I'll tell you in the face, Charlie. Munja sanse muhunu na wa we presidential material. We must be bold enough to look people in the face and tell them this. Because party I be like a savage car. You are trying to rebrand it and bring it up. Individuals no more man for we serious. And yes, a party no need fine material. MPP wom me say and before wom intellectuals wom individuals they can do the job wom but because they don't have money. You understand?
Party chairman to me a chairman. And Masaudu a papa.
Now me catch us me say Akufo at the time no. Intellectualism was swapped for idiocy. Oh yes.
Intellectualism
was yeah. Intellectualism was jettisoned. I don't know the day, now look at individuals. And you have a verbal diary and a chassis and some who some regional chairman and as a forum. But this wasn't the MPP and now you as a forum. What I say? So I think there. They need can I say because time what I me town for the end. I don't mean time will be me no be as I'm not straightforward. You can't hear be a baby. I think that they should take a cue. No one said the party is on the what taking a backslide. I sink it. They need to do everything to revive the party. And now, Papa, you can party will lose election America. William build the party in connected bridges in connected. I'm for Henano se Munubio Mudi. Yes, I granted an amnesty to him. I'm more free. Alan. And what's the amnesty? I say amnesty, say, Obi Ayaboni. Now was sunshine, no.
That's right.
Now what I say okay, who here they in a party back into the Jawbra. Bonnie Ben Alan, yeah, MPP. And when a sunshine,
Obi on sunshine.
The gentleman left the party because he first said, near my happy or party. So you don't grant him an amnesty. Amnesty will be a wire bonnie, why when I would channel. You don't use that description amnesty. Because on your body no he left in his own terms with his people. At the time you were in power, there was money, everything. That time wajao hoko now opposition baba. So it means that my catch is a politics much of it happened behind the scenes. At the scene, they can in the sea. So behind the scene working away side nearby way, just to ensure say nipa no baba, what are some American? But near mana, oh, ye no, and Chessa was some baby near Massa, and Alan, one of the reasons you free me is because the party na Nkasa was favoring Bawumia.
That's right.
And no, it is na Kennedy Agyapong akekam. Say omoko file no, ono ne de yam streami. Our party that's official right. Page. That's so, right. But Edru Bawumia so no more the party official page and they streamy. That is a sign of bias there. What I say? And the Alan left because of this. Have you worked on that particular thing? You have all the national executive out there campaigning for Bawumia. National executives, oh, not individuals. These are national executives out there campaigning for Bawumia against other people. And you think you've worked on all these things? Within the party, there is this acrimonious tension breeding up. Look at the words and the description, what they describe here. For a certain former minister, Ebakachire Bawumia Yerese or your full nini. Now, so Omonto Abama Obia or your Ghana ni Asemba Undane.
That's right.
How can anybody on his right sense a minister paying bet me being no account same way? No be a full any no politics in the sense when
so all this one now move the foreign and na second league.
Alaska there cost we nyina so no Bryan Acheampong so tugum ni na se for no party no issue statement to be trying to do these things. No. Yes, contest the party among for can say but Alaska baby omo venturing into no tribalism ni na se for when omo sorry they accusing people and run make catch ya titi say sa dombo dankwa buzia tradition omo kan ho asem no. That is a tribal signature. So the party itself was built around a tribal nucleus. So when you see some of these things coming up, you shouldn't be surprised because that is a day that a party in the full man. Right. So the Council of Elders have a lot to do. I want NPP to do well because Ghana ain't one party democracy and that's a one party state. We must have a very intelligent, robust, reliable, and very efficient opposition party out there. Our mount constructive criticisms, oppositions, and as for Sabaya, the government of the day will do things right. But how can you just jump the gun say win your local elections? Party that say oh bridge connections and as win say Mikoyi flag bearer. Is that the pressing issue at the time? And in Panimfo as omo consult you omo no Kenyans asem nyina na no Kufo ba bonten of say nobody engages him. Kufo na beka yo.
That's right.
TV3 ne konim koye interview. Or can say onim direction party no ko. These are individuals, so it is not me and I make can't
and surprisingly and kwala womu afekura no mo abapa afrin omu crab e party new history cra champion.
Yes, and who Kenyans asema they see you as an enemy. Me I tell you brand me as an enemy and nyansa na wini because I'm the one telling you the blind truther obi an kan kire to do things right. You understand?
I've an ability yafa we akwatia by elections. Now currently news I hear picking is NPP the 40 days of year akwatia MP no wo de ahye enne.
Okay.
Na NDC amano ko ni yese ti say de omo kofa na the national chairman of the MDC ni mpanifo akọ ye pamo wom ehuro wom omumfio. Now the NPP campaign message ni say lawyer ni na o contest on the ticket of NDC no and ekum NPP MP no na all kanu kran na Justin Kodua so ne abrante ne nanam kro wo so ne nsa.
So you see what Patrick Boama is saying.
That's right.
So you see.
So Ivan, say amu pamo NDC for so mumfie ye
na. So you see.
Yeah, last
so metro bra Facebook e da ho yenko.
Any nyina dey yankorasem ne se for no. I think say going to Akwatia by elections no na make catch obi say what is at stake and yes so important sir. It's not about victory. What is at stake ewo Akwatia no and who wins or who doesn't. It's about how you win and how you don't. Okay. Yeah, that is how I see it because Alaska. So where Akwatia seat now, it has been alternating between the NDC and the NPP for quite a long time. Because now Baba Jama and your friend saying I will flow beji, yeah.
I will flow, yes.
Yes, I will flow beji, you know. And the NDC beji free in some. And at the NDC beji free in some, so no, I'll be beji free in some. So it's been 4 years.
Okay.
So you could see, sir, this is a seat, a very hot seat. Political parties, you know, pray. But Alaska, the stakes, you know, there must stakes in the high, and they say, whoever wins this particular seat, you know, will not have any consequential impact on parliamentary business or transaction.
Okay.
But the NDC already has this astronomical numbers. Whether they win or they don't win, it won't change anything. The same thing for the MPP. But for the optics, the MPP might want to win. sebe ya baka say seat ya de yaje NDC want to put a point I am what yaje a chiro say ye buy no so ye nneema ye. So what is at stake, you know, isn't about who wins or who doesn't, but for me it is the how.
Okay, how
no yet. In recent times, violence characterizes every single by-election we've had in this country. Keen contest between the NDC and the NPP. And Ramete say the course or Abelikumain.
That's right.
Sent convicted 6,000. I think says 6,000 and yet deterrent enough. Okay. I don't know conditions near my judge in yet, but that is his right. But for me, I think 6,000 is peanut. Because you see, we need to send a strong message to people out there that this violence thing has no space in our democracy. Because they see what a chiman, they see what I was soon as a for idea about dark pages in our political history we don't want to flip. So when we have incidents like this, the consequences must be so your friend says big say obia motivate obia mo obia anko. So I am looking at how the IGP and his team this time round, you know, is going to police these whole elections. On my idea, their presence is very massive and they've been doing a lot of engagement at the place.
That's right. They're on the grounds.
Yes, I just hope say ombetimi atoto neema ye na enko pomfa so enko ye violent, because my culture is the political capital in terms of democratic dividend ye nya freedom no de eni ho. But if for the political optics, men are when they are Jeffrey, some that kind of way no will play in this particular instance. But me, I am looking at how election never cost so. Now for the first time, no, you bet to me a benchy electoral violence. You man the back seat. Now you're making sure say I know the day Nipana will deserve no win. And you see, you cannot underestimate the intelligence of the people out there. Akwatia people know what they want, and there is not a particular place. I say a NDC place and a NPP place. They look at the current trend, and for me, when it happens like this, you may have incumbency advantage because the NDC is in power. Yeah. John Mahama is the president. People might want to associate themselves with Obi Anabain war power. And this incumbency card play in the NDC's favor. And the other side, they bet me into MPP's favor. Say nipa na wu. Yam so yam to abanman yam fan shen animo yam. Sebe ya manfo be hu say nipa no wu ye no wu ni your moya, that kind of emotional cast in as well. So there are two ways around it, but me as a person observing from a distance, because the political capital out of it is so intense, any consequential impact on the fortunes of these two political parties, our parliament, you know, power no will be with the people. Do you want development? And this time now, buying for Frabano, would you want to go to opposition or you want to come to power? And we need your politics here. So what constituency, you know, say unipa niwa very difficult for you to get development. Meboa, akufo ado here or hene nim catcher and say. Ono ni nipa na omode ne ba constituency so omonto aba ma no omonto ama ntina ono so bu na nigu so ama.
That's right.
So if that principle is what we are going by, then akwatia people also take a cue and say almost about to aba ma obi a na ban e wo power na wo de tumi abro mo, because time na party no opposition as am na okoto aba ma no, and which means that so I think the dynamics now are quite clever. I mean, I am not interested in who wins or who doesn't win. I mean,
but the how.
But the how is what I'm interested in. Say, young Kodan sorry. Na yase macho man akwaje na yakobu obi na yatete obi atadiem. Sa them nobody are very disappointed in the IGP in the team. So whatever that it takes, betimi here just to ensure say violence and ravage the place in as a forum no. Omonye, because I know the day that will be the central point of discussion. In this whole Akwatiate, me, it's not about who wins or who doesn't win.
Ivan Che innocent, and I'll tell you, Kano. Alan is cancer, Mammy, and show the Reverend Josiah do if you Chile, or last coming down Massy, and then submission, or say Ivan, bravo, Koso, na submission, a Koyepa, Osimo Majano, and Reverend Josiah, and all the way. Okay, Aquatia by
Alaska, so far, so good, no. So, share predictions now. We sang down quite a day too. It's clear that NDC is likely to emerge in these elections. But what can you say? You know, what we are looking forward to is Yebeko. Na Yebeto Abane, na basa Ebia and Kwanko Pimo.
That's right.
Next clear nature say the new shift and as a lesson learned from Ablukuma North. You know, at least it's not to near my ye. I must say, additional acquainting. But with regards to the APF, you say, Siaba. HSA yakwe yasina omo pamo if you years I think it is unfortunate Because not too quite long ago, we just in good year, ever betina, yeah, Pachama General Sidon Kitty. I bet you with regards to your fallen heroes. No,
that's right.
I'm a more engaging who come. I'm a momoti assist, sir, about to your course of equity, the end is because of murder on Beltram. And you go into with that kind of enkita hudia abamu now wako jina now you be there and such a thing will be taking place. And we say in Guasie, we've gone beyond that kind of politics. What they are saying. But be it as a more however they decide to do it, as to whether the people over there are going to buy into it is a different ball game altogether. Because look, we have had an NDC MP from the year 2020 to the year 2024 under his excellent Nadu Dankwa Akufo-Addo. How did Akufo-Addo treated the people of Akwetia? Take note of that. How did Akufo-Addo treated the people of Akwetia? Now today, your said gentleman has taken over. Now, on take over, and do you remember that very village now? Now I say Kanye, you know. Kanye now moon, you know, it was not just overnight, too. It was over a certain period with a certain president and a certain party in power. And they decided to neglect that town. All because that town, NDC for a cruise. Say no mono, say your money, mano. Say son, ebe kono dia. And I could tell for who say. Your papa is Excellency John Dramani Mama, any NDC party and a tia to say here. Say here, no, say every district, every constituency, at least 10 kilometers every year. And this I could tell man beshe. Nasa 10 kilometers road every bomb constituency every year, no. Omeshe amana abuguana sakwa, and that is their own problem. Because as it stands, you know, the gentleman at NDC for over this short period, he has proven that he is capable. Is somebody who can be able to go there, no, they do nyama eden, Edabra Acheampong. But the honor NPP for a project, you know, in terms of how to express himself, as we are being told, is even a problem. So what it clearly means that such a person in crap, what the local parliament in a crap, per person ankasa and what or ankasa one ankasa, you cannot be able to go to parliament and make any mark in parliament. So what benefit is it bringing to the people of Akwetia? And that's what I say. So clearly, right. Me for say this is a seat that the people of Akwetia should think. This rhetoric is about the destiny of Akwetia going forward the next 3 years. You know what the people of Akwetia stand to benefit from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is what the people of Akwetia are supposed to look at. And I think that for me, like our last guy has said, how we win, and if we are able to win per the current dynamics on the ground, it clearly tells us that the governance of the NDC so far so good. No, it is going down well with the people, and people are now accepting our style of governance, and that is how the people want to go. And so